In this video, I am going to show you the details about strings and characters in Swift programming language. I am Hanif and welcome to Art of Coding. Thank you so much for being here. A string is a series of characters. We can represent string in Swift by a string type. You can include predefined string values within your code as string literals. For example, there is a sequence of characters surrounded by double quotation marks. This is known as the string literal. If you want a string that spans multiple lines, then you say multi-line string literal. It is defined as a sequence of characters surrounded by three double quotation marks. For example, here this is known as a multi-line string literal. We can include special characters in string literals. For example, the new line character, and if you want double quotes, you can also include Unicode scalar values, like example /u. This is 61 is the Unicode scalar value of letter A. In this way, we can include special characters in string literals. If you want to include special characters in a string without invoking their effect, then use extended string delimiters. You place your string within quotation marks and surrounded that with number signs. For example, I am using that special character for a line field. Okay, if you want to include the special character without invoking their effect, let's add a hash here. Then it will print as /n. Okay, if you need the special effects of a character in a string literal, then match the number signs within the string followed by the escape character. To create an empty string, there are two ways you can do that. One, by assign an empty string literal to a variable. For example, or by initializing a new string instance with initializer syntax. The first one is create a string with empty string literal. The next one is using an initializer syntax. These are the two ways to create an empty string. You can use isEmpty property of a string to check whether a string value is empty or not. This is all about how to create an empty string. Swift's string type is a value type. If you create a new string value, that string value is copied when it is passed to a function or method, or when it is assigned to a constant or variable. We can check with an example. Variable string 1 is equal to variable string 2, and I am assigning the value of string 1 to string 2. Just print a value. In this case, both the value of string 1 and string 2 will be hello. Next, I am going to change the value of string 1. Now only the value of string 1 will get changed. See that the value of string 2 is still the same. Hello. This Swift's copy by default string behavior ensures that when a function or method passes you a string value, it is clear that you own that exact string value. Next, how we can access individual characters in a string. This can be done by iterating over the string with a for in loop. See this, it printed the characters in this string. This is one method of getting the characters in a string. And next, you can create a standalone character constant or variable from a single character string literal by providing a character type annotation. For example, this is one method of creating a character. And if you want to create a string value from a sequence of characters, we can pass an array of character value as an argument to the string literal. For example, in this way, we can create a string value from a sequence of characters. If you want to create a new string value from two or more string values, then use the addition operator. For example, in this method we use the addition operator to create a new string. Then there is another method with addition assignment operator. You can append a string value with another string value. For example, in this string I need to append another value plus equal to using this addition assignment operator. I have mutated that string with addition of exclamation mark at the end of the string. If you want to append a character value to a string variable, then use strings append method. For example, these are the methods of concatenating strings and characters. You can construct a new string value from a mix of constants, variables, literals and expressions by a string interpolation. See this, we have included an integer value inside a string literal. Okay, in this way we can include constants, variables, literals and expressions inside a string literal. This is known as string interpolation. Next is Unicode. Unicode is an international standard for encoding, representing and processing text in different writing systems. It enables you to represent almost any characters from any language in a standardized form. Swift's string and character types are fully Unicode compliant. There are two things we need to consider about Unicode. One is Unicode scalar values and another one is extended GraphMe clusters. Unicode scalar value is a unique 21-bit number for a character or a modifier. For example, see this we got the value A. Also I am going to add another scalar value. See this, we got the second character as a front facing baby chick. This is how we represent the Unicode scalar values. Like the extended GraphMe clusters is a sequence of one or more scalar Unicode values when combined produce a single human readable character. Every instance of Swift character type represents a single extended GraphMe cluster. For example, the letter small e with acute can be represented as see this the value is in small e with acute. This can be also can be represent this small e with acute with an extended GraphMe cluster like okay, see this these two strings have the same value. The first one represented the small letter e with acute with a single Unicode scalar value. The second string represents the same character with two Unicode scalar values. This is known as extended GraphMe clusters. In this way, we can represent many complex script characters as a single character value. Next, how to count characters in a string? We can use the strings count property to get the characters count. For example, this will print the characters count in the string. This is a way of getting the character counts in a string. Next, you can access and modify a string through its methods and properties or by using a subscript string syntax. Let us check the concept of string indices. Each string has an associated index type which corresponds to the position of each character in a string. Like array, we can't index strings with integer values because each character can require different amount of memory to store. So in order to determine which character is at a particular position, you must iterate over each Unicode scalar from start to end of that string. Okay, let us check how we can use the string indices. There are four concepts. The first property is start index. The start index property is to access the position of first character of a string. The end index property is the position after the last character in a string. As a result, the end index property is not a valid argument to a string subscript. Let's take an example. So here we got the start index, position of start index, and we access that character in the string using the subscript. You can access the indices before and after a given index using the index before and index after method of the string. So the character after the start index, it will be E. You can use this index offset by method. To access an index further away from the given index, you can use the index offset by method instead of calling one of these methods multiple times. In this method, we are going to get the character 6 offsets from the start index. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be W. Value be W. You can use the indices property of a string to access all of the indices of individual characters in a string. For example, see this, we have got all the indices on that string. Okay, let us check how we can use the properties to inserting and removing in a string. To insert a single character into a string at a specified index, use the insert method. You see, the exclamation mark is get attached to the end of the string. To insert the contents of another string, we can use insert contents of another string. This will insert that string there before the exclamation mark. To remove a single character from string at a specific index, we can use remove at property. Remove at method. Welcome dot remove at index. If you want to remove a substring at a specific range, there is a method remove subrange. For example, let us so we remove there. If you want just one letter, one character, we can use this. This will remove only the E. 1, 2, R will get removed. Okay, this is the method how to remove a substring at a specific range. Let us check what is an substring. When you get a substring from a string, for example using subscript or methods like prefix, the result is an instance of substring, not another string. You need to convert the substring to an instance of string for long-term storage. So in order to use that substring for a long-term storage, we need to convert that substring to a string by using okay. Next, how we can compare strings. SIP provides two ways to compare textual values. One is string and character equality, and another method is prefix and suffix equality. We can check the string and character equality. This checked with the equal to and not equal to operators. For example, this is not the this is known as the string and character equality. We can also use not equal to operator. Check whether a string has a particular string prefix or suffix called the has prefix and has suffix method of string. For example, and another method print dot has suffix. That's it for this video. I hope you found value in it. Thank you.